Hello, everybody, and we should be live. I believe we are. Hopefully, my Wi-Fi is able to handle this. Um, but yeah, we're live. As I mentioned in the title and the description, Alexander Romanov has signed his entry-level contract with the Montreal Canadiens. As of right now, I've looked a couple places. It's not confirmed what the contract is worth, but I don't believe it's more than 950K. I would assume that is what Romanov is getting paid, since that is the max you can give someone on an ELC right now. Harry, Nick Allen, Linebot. Harry, Nick Allen, what's going on, man? Linebot and Jesse is dung. Jesse, time to get a haircut, dude. It is time to get a haircut, man. Rick Nelson, how's it going, brother? Oh my God, we got so many people. We got some new people. So I am going to put the Discord link in my description because I know Nick Allen isn't in it. So there's the Discord if you want to join it. As I mentioned, Alexander Romanov has signed his entry-level contract with Les Canadiens. It's a 3-year deal. And it's currently unknown though if it's for the 2019-20 season. If it does resume, I would assume Romanov would end up playing. It would, however, burn a year off his ELC if he plays, I believe, more than 9 games, which I believe there's 10 left. So if he gets into all 10 games, it would burn a year off of his entry-level contract. If it's instead for next season, then he will instead be signing for next season. Like I said, it's probably worth about 950,000. And you got to wonder, if the season does resume, where does Romanov come in? Hot Take Hockey made a video about the signing, I want to say about half an hour ago or so. Please go check it out. It's a great video. And I do have to agree with him on where the defensive pairings would probably lie. I do think it would end up being Sherratt Weber, Kulak Petrie, and then Romanov with Fleury and Mete as a healthy scratch. And then the offseason, I honestly would not mind trading Jeff Petrie as well. Because Romanov, in my opinion, could definitely step up into a role like Petrie. Obviously, he is a left-handed shot instead. Mete, I believe, is a right-handed shot. So with Petrie getting out, that would leave room for Mete to come in, unless we do end up trading Petrie, for example, for a younger Colton Parayko type player. The Blues would obviously never get rid of Parayko, but for example, someone that is like a Colton Parayko. And by the way, guys, how am I sounding? How am I looking? Is the quality at least somewhat decent? Can you guys somewhat see me? Lotion? Is that a lotion emote? Sanitizer. Yeah, guys, sanitize your hands. You got to self-quarantine at this point. Everyone stay safe. Just got to point that out right now. And of course, during this time, something like this is incredibly exciting because there are no real sports going on. But Romanov signing with the ELC, definitely some very exciting news, not only for Canadiens fans, but hockey fans in general with everything that's going on. Quality best in a while. I'm very happy to hear that, Linebot. I'm glad it's been the best in a while. Mostly because I probably haven't streamed in a while. I do have videos planned. By the way, guys, I do have a album review that might be coming out tomorrow if I can record and edit in time. Probably tomorrow, if not on Sunday. Yeah, if not on Sunday, hopefully. Like I said, I do want to start making some movie reviews and whatnot. I'm not sure when I'll get to that, but I do plan on getting around to more content. I do obviously have to get back on my PS4 and do some NHL 17. Which, funny enough, I do have loaded because I'm doing my own personal NHL franchise mode right now. But yeah, that's a sort of quick little channel update. But Romanov, this definitely does improve the Canadiens' blue line if both him and Josh Brook are good to go next season, which I honestly think they both will be. About time we sign that kid, Elias, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your name, but definitely about time we signed the kid. I'm glad we did wait though, because it did give him another year in the KHL just to sort of build him up one final year, and we have finally signed him. Of course, it's unknown if it is for the remainder of the NHL season. Hot Take Hockey, let's go! Hot Take Hockey in the chat. Big shout out to Hot Take. Absolutely popping off with the videos. Hey Harry, John, how's it going, man? But yeah, I have to agree with you, Elise. It's about time we did sign him. Definitely something good. What's up, TJ? How's it going, man? TJ, my I believe fellow Hot Take Hockey viewer. But definitely it was probably best that we did leave him in the KHL, because I'm pretty sure he was playing first or second line defensive pairing minutes in the KHL. So bumping up, I definitely think it would be great. I do have to agree with John on this. Just Winslow, Alex could put up 40. Yeah, Raybro. I'm not sure if you commented or whatever on the on Hot Take. I don't know if that was you, but I definitely do think it would be great to. I definitely do. I definitely do think that he could put up 40 points. I dropped a stream link. Oh, Hot Take. Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh my God, I appreciate it. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the little raid. But thank you for that, John. But I do have to agree with you, Ray, bro. Alexander could put up 40 to 50 points in his rookie season. Definitely. I definitely think he is going to have a pretty good rookie year with the Canadiens. Whether it's technically this year, but probably going to be next season. Because I think now Romanov don't ruin Bergevin, or I swear I don't think Bergevin can ruin Romanov. I don't think that's really even possible. I think Bergevin, because he even said in the press conference, or yeah, I think it was a press conference, that he was really, really high on Romanov. He was really high on his style of play, and I don't think Bergevin would try and ruin that. Now, the only way I could see him ruining him is playing Romanov immediately on the first line of everything, or probably putting him first line as a forward. That could probably ruin him, but I don't think Bergevin is obviously wanting that. He wants to play Romanov very little in a way, playing that third pairing defense. Probably could get him on a power play or a PK, just to get him a little bit of extra time on the ice, play him maybe 10, 15 minutes a night. Nothing crazy like Shabbat playing 26 minutes a night on average. I don't know where I got 32 minutes from a few streams ago, but yeah, Leafs forever. Thank you for joining the Hot Take Hockey Raid. I appreciate it. You should play in Laval first. I don't know, Elias. For me personally, I do think that it is best to get Romanov playing third line pairing just for the rest of the season, just for the rest of this season. If it comes back, when it comes back, because it's going to come back. My hair is very, very bad right now. But I can definitely see why you'd want to play in Laval first, given we'll have Makokaniemi and Paling and all that. But I do think he is definitely NHL ready, though. I definitely do think of that. I definitely do think that. I don't know about that many points. I think they will shelter him a bit at the start. I'd say closer to 20 points potentially. Yeah, John, I can definitely see where you're coming from. They probably will shelter him a bit, like you said, like you mentioned in your video, play him on the third pairing defense, maybe second pairing defense once in a while. So 20, 30 points is definitely probably the safe guess, but I am going to go with a bit of a hot take, of course, for the man in the chat. I am going to say 40, 50 points could definitely be. He could definitely hit 40, 50 points. Who knows? He can get 2 points, or he could somehow end up getting 70 to 80. You never know with the NHL. Maybe he turns out to be the league's best defenseman. Maybe he's the John Carlson the next season. But you never know. 20, 30 points is definitely a safe guess for Romanov. And I don't think he's going to turn necessarily into a Subban, where the only thing he's good at is his slap shot. I think Romanov is a great all-around defenseman. Yeah, don't give him pressure with 50 points. Yeah, I'm going to say I think he has potential in his first season for 50 points, but probably 30 to 40 points is where he can go around. Let's Hockey, how's it going? Let's Hockey, how's it going, man? I got to watch some of your new videos. I've been slacking recently. Oh, wow. Harry Rice is a goat at Kahoot on HGH Kahoot streams. Yes, I am. Leafs forever. 10-time Kahoot champion. Funny enough, 10 also the amount of viewers I have right now. I am genuinely I'm blown away right now. Hot take again. Thank you, John, so much for the raid. I appreciate it. But yeah, for sure, Romanov is all around for sure. Like I've seen a few highlights from him. I haven't watched too much of him in the KHL just yet, but definitely I'm probably going to once I'm off stream. But definitely he seems like a great all around defenseman. He can put up some points. He looks like he has a pretty good slap shot. I've never been excited for a Bergevin signing. Elias, funny enough, I think this is the second Bergevin signing from this season that I'm excited about. First, obviously, being Kovalchuk, where I thought, with the Kovalchuk, where I thought, hey, he could be a decent depth guy, and ended up nearly point per game. I think it was 9 points in his first 11 games with us. And then we swap him for a third. Like, that's pretty good. And then we can sign him in free agency whenever that is, in October or November. But yeah, 3 years now. Yeah, definitely like with stuff like the Olsner trade and all that. Those are definitely some big losses for Bergevin. But yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Yep. So happy Romanov signs with the Habs as well. I'm very happy about that. He definitely has potential for first line NHLer, in my opinion. I think. Obviously, he's not going to be like that in the first season. Maybe 3 to 4 seasons down the line, he definitely has potential for that. I will think so. We'll see what happens. It could happen. I see his comparison Ekman Larson for the porno, in my opinion. Raybro, yeah, I saw personally a comparison to Drew Doughty, which I'm really excited if he is like a Drew Doughty type player. I'm really, really happy about that. But yeah, I can definitely see him. I could definitely see him being sort of an Ekman Larson type um, where he doesn't necessarily play the biggest role all the time, but when he is there, he is absolutely on fire and he is really, really good. For me, I see Ekman Larson as more of that defensive type defenseman who is incredible in front of the puck when he has to play defense. When he has to score, he can. All I did was drop the link for Really Happy I Can Help. As I've said, I really appreciate your support in the HTH community. Hot take, John. Of course, I do my best to support the community. One of the greatest hockey community. I'm going to say, if you guys have not, if some of you guys are here that are subscribed to me and aren't subscribed to Hot Take Hockey, what are you doing? Go subscribe to Hot Take right now. He's on the grind. He's uploaded at least a video every day for the past 4 or 5 days now. He's trying to get back on the grind. He's been streaming every single day too. He will be streaming tonight. I believe it's 8 p.m. I think you said in the Discord, John. I think it's 8 p.m. But he should be streaming tonight, I believe. I'm pretty sure I saw that. And yeah, definitely. But definitely, I appreciate your support back. The HCH community is coming together all as one, man. With who he gonna play, Weber, Petrie. Right now, if he does play third line minutes, he's most likely gonna play with Fleury, is what John made the comparison in his video, which I do like. Mete being scratched because he does currently have an injury. I'm not entirely sure about that either. I feel like he would be recovered by now, though. But I do think next season, if they do play him this season, and like, okay, yeah, he's ready and whatever, I definitely could see him playing with Petrie, and maybe some nights playing with Weber. If, for example, Sherratt gets hurt or Sherratt's just not playing up to par, then I definitely think he could end up playing with Weber some nights. But for the majority of the season next year, I definitely do think he will end up playing with Jeff Petrie. At least forever. How's it going, man? I just realized his comparison. Yeah, his comparison could be Matt Dumba. Definitely could be Matt Dumba. More of the offensive type player who, or more of the all around defenseman. Pretty much is what Dumba is, at least from what I see of him. Well, obviously I'm not that big of a Minnesota fan, so I don't watch a lot of Minnesota. But when I do, Dumba definitely does seem like the all around really, really good defenseman. And of course, the Dumba for Domi trade rumors that were around the trade deadline. Maybe they come to fruition at the draft or free agency or whatever. I made the comparison to Provorov. I definitely see a little bit of Downey with his creativity and physicality. I just don't think Romanov will be a number one guy, but could be a top-pairing defenseman. Mete is probably recovered by now. I would assume, because I think he'd been out for 3 months or so at that point. So hopefully he's recovered by now. I like Mete, and yeah. But Provorov's also a pretty good comparison. A lot of these comparisons I'm seeing are really, really good. Provorov and Doughty. Doughty, his creativity and physicality for sure. I think Romanov is going to be that big hitting defenseman that we need. Weber obviously has the slap shot. Petrie does get physical a lot of the time. But if we're trading him, which I mentioned in the comments of John's video, I'm incredibly for trading Petrie because we can get a great return for him. As I mentioned, potentially get a second or a first if a team such as the Jets, who desperately need a right-handed shot defenseman, want to go for him. We could potentially get a first and maybe some pretty good forward prospects, because I think that is probably our problem right now is our forward group. Who would have thought 2 years ago we have no defensive depth, and now 2 years later, we can get a little bit of forward. Who would have thought? But yeah, Provorov, I can see that from what I saw the Philly games against Provorov. He definitely seems like a bit more of a defensive sound defenseman, but he can definitely get the puck moving when he has to. I see a bit of creativity with Provorov, and I definitely think it could be within Mete. or within Mete, within Romanov, as long as he doesn't turn into a Subban, giving up 3 to 4, up to 6, giving the puck away 6 times in a game. Obviously, it's going to happen, but everyone's going to have their games where they do that. But I don't think Mete is going to, or Romanov is going to be. I don't think Romanov is going to be like Subban, doing it every single game. But yeah, probably wouldn't be a number one guy, but definitely a top pairing defenseman. That's what I meant to say, John. Definitely could be a top pairing defenseman. I think he'll play in the AHL next year, but hope he will be great by the beginning of the 2021 season. Yeah, definitely. Well, Rich J, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Romanov with the signing. Very happy about that. But yeah, let's talk. Yeah, I don't think necessarily he will play in the AHL. I think he will play in the AHL next year, maybe just for a few games, and then bring him up maybe. I do think if the season comes back, though, he will play with the Canadiens. Just like, okay, we're not making the playoffs. Let's give Romanov some ice time. Let's get him used to the NHL formula, then send him down to the minors next year, unless he plays incredible. For example, let's just say somehow 20 points in 9 games. It's not going to happen, but let's just say something crazy like that, and they're forced to keep him up for next season. I could see that happening. I could also see him just maybe getting 1 or 2 points, but playing a really good defensively sound game, like with Cale Fleury before he was sent down. I'm really high on Cale Fleury since I saw him earlier this season before he got sent down. I thought he was an incredibly great defensive defenseman. And I think he definitely has the potential to be a top 4 defenseman, Cale Fleury, in my opinion. So hopefully we call up Cale Fleury next year, keep Romanov up, unless he isn't that great. Not that great, but you know what I mean. Unless he's not like 100% used to the NHL game, then send him down. What do you think? What do you feel about Lehtinen signing with the Leafs? I'm jealous, honestly. I thought the Habs were going 100% were 100% going to get him. I think it was the Devils, Kings, and Habs that were in on Lehtinen, and then he signs with the Leafs. And of course, as a part Leafs fan, I am excited. Actually, I'm going to move my camera down slightly. But as a part Leafs fan, okay, if I can get it, there you go. But as a part Leafs fan, I am definitely happy about the trade or the signing for Lehtinen to the Leafs. I definitely think he is going to be a great, probably third, maybe second pairing defenseman. And the Leafs need that. The Leafs need that third, probably second pairing defenseman that is going to be on that cheap contract. I personally think that Lehtinen signing with the Leafs is definitely going to help them on the blue line, because I don't think playing Martin Marincin is better over playing Lehtinen. I don't know why I keep forgetting his first name, but it's not Kari Lehtinen. That's a goaltender that's kind of retired right now. But Lehtinen, the defenseman, playing with playing that third pairing defense. Playing third pairing defense would definitely be an improvement over someone like Martin Marincin. So, Mikko, thank you, Leafs forever. Mikko Lehtinen. But yeah, Mikko Lehtinen signed with the Leafs. I'm a big fan, and I'm incredibly jealous as a Habs fan. Honestly, my trade ideas is that they could trade Jeff Petrie in a third for Adam Lowry in a fifth. I have to agree with Hot Take. Habs really don't need a middle lineup forward. Petrie can definitely get us more than just Adam Lowry in a fifth. I think it could potentially be as much, if it is with the Jets, potentially a first. Who knows? John made the video yesterday about Laine potentially getting traded. I don't want to spoil it too much. If you guys are new to my channel or you're with my channel but you haven't subscribed to Hot Take, go do that, and please check out his Laine video. But he did make the potential not trade, but he did make the comparison that maybe Habs would want to be in on Laine. And Petrie is one of the guys we would be potentially willing to trade for him. And honestly, I could see it being something like Laine for Petrie, or Laine and maybe a first if you want to do that for something like Petrie, Paling, and a second, unless you really, really want to try and maximize your value and get a little more for Laine. But I honestly, if Laine wants out of Winnipeg, then it's going to be huge news, and there's no way Winnipeg is going to get full value on him. I mean, look at someone like Jean-Gabriel Pageau. He didn't want out of Ottawa, or at least as far as I know. The Islanders heavily overpaid for him, a first, second, and third. I think he would have been worth the second and third. I think that first was really just to guarantee, okay, yeah, Pageau, you're coming with us and you're going to sign. But yeah, But yeah, we really don't need middle lineup forwards. And I'm not even that big on Adam Lowry personally. I think he's a good forward for the Jets. I just don't know if he necessarily fit in well with the Habs. How can you be a part Leafs fan and Habs fan? Because I'm a Habs fan first off, and my best friend is a Leafs fan, so I kind of want to be a Leafs fan. Plus, John's a Leafs fan, and a lot of people that are in my stream are Leafs fans. So it's like, yeah, whatever. I'll be a part Leafs fan. Yeah, Line A, it would be huge. A Line A for Petrie deal, if it's 1-for-1, that's massive steal by the Canadiens. But obviously, it'd probably be like Line A for Petrie, a first, and whatever. But we can definitely get something big for Line A, or for Petrie. I do want Line A as well. Like, I think Line A is slightly ruined by what's happened to him in the past, but I definitely do think he can recover. He's 23, 24, maybe 25. Coming on the last year of his 2-year bridge deal, Habs have the cap space. They could sign him next year. But yeah. Yeah, John, I'm glad you agree. It was definitely a massive overpayment by the Islanders. Like, Pageau's a good third-line guy, but a third-line guy is not worth a first-rounder. Neither is Barclay Goodrow. Neither is Barclay Goodrow. Jesus. Lightning trading a first for Barclay Goodrow. I still don't get that trade. I'll never be a Leafs fan for the rest of my life, even if I get $1 million. Wow. Yes, that is wow. That's insane. What do you think the Habs will? When do you think the Habs will make the playoffs? Personally, I could see next year them sneaking in as a potential wild card team. Obviously, a lot of people saw the Habs making the playoffs this year after they just barely missed last year. Which, if they were in the West, they would have made it. And if they beat fucking sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but if they beat I forgot who it was, but if Tampa, if they had beaten Tampa or at least gotten a point there, and there was another team, if they hadn't Toronto, if they hadn't blown that 3-0 lead against them, I think it was in the third as well. If they hadn't blown the 3-0 lead, they would have won. They would have gotten in the playoffs. Toronto would not have been in the playoffs. It would have been Boston and Montreal in the first round, I'm pretty sure. Or no, I think they would have made it in as wild card, I think. But I definitely think next season they have a chance to make it in. But I don't necessarily think there'll be like a big oh wow, yeah, Habs can go to the conference finals at least until the season after. I think the 2021-2022 season is when the Canadiens are going to be incredibly good, and I honestly think they could be potentially first in the conference, or first in the division is what I mean. First in the division, because keep in mind you're gonna have guys like Romanov who will probably be not fully developed, but for the most part developed by then. Paling maybe, Kotkaniemi hopefully. Suzuki's probably going to be just entering his prime. Domi, you're going to have some veterans like Gallagher. Weber might be on the team still, maybe. Sherratt, I believe, would be on the last year of his deal. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. So yeah. 2 years is what I give. Plus, you're going to have Primo. I forgot about Primo. I saw your next comment, Leafs Forever, which I will get to in a minute. But, of course, you're going to have Primo probably maybe being the starter, probably the backup for Price, which it's going to be great there. So, yeah, I think 2 years from now is when the Canadiens are really going to be like, oh, wow, yeah, these guys can go far. But next year, I think they'll make it in as a sort of wild card. I'm a Colorado and Oilers fan. Hey, you must be like, not hot take, Spotlight Hockey. Since I live in Alberta, I love how, yeah, Holland getting Athanasiou and Ennis and not even giving up a first, I think, to Detroit. Those are two pretty good trades. Athanasiou and Ennis to Edmonton. I definitely think those are two pretty good trades. And I think they're really going to pay off for the Oilers if they make the playoffs. I think they could potentially maybe get to the second round, but I don't think they're getting past the second round. Personally, I'd love to see them just for Draisaitl because I'm really high on Draisaitl, but I don't think they will. There's rumors they're doing a 31-team bracket playoffs. Honestly, I would love that. If they're doing a 31-team bracket playoffs, that is going to be insane. The only time they will ever do that. And honestly, if they do that, that is going to rake in big ratings. No matter what, if they do that, I will watch. I will watch as much of that as I can. It's freaking hockey. Hockey would be coming back. I would just want to watch all of that. But yeah, Toronto would have still made it. I think they just would have been a wild card. I think they would have been a wild card, and probably wouldn't they have played Pittsburgh in the first round? Pittsburgh or Washington? I forget. Does Price have any more for the Habs? Definitely. I think this was a down year. I'm gonna be confident, and I'm gonna say Price is gonna have a rebound next year. I know I've said trade Price and all that, but I honestly do think I'm gonna say with confidence. I do think Carey Price is gonna have a bounce back year next year. I think he could put up 40 wins. I think he could have a save percentage of 915, 920, maybe a 2.8 or 2.34 goals against average, something pretty good like that. Obviously, I would hope for maybe 20, 30 shutouts, but that there's no way he's getting that because he's getting paid 10.5 mil. Do you still have my UD canvas to Tom Wilson? Well, I will let you know right now that Let's Hockey, I do indeed still have your UD canvas of Tom Wilson. I do still have it. I'm not getting rid of this. I'm gonna keep any cards that I get from fans. If you guys want to send anything via the PO box or the Amazon wish list or whatever, I keep everything. I still have all 5 of the cards that you sent me. Let's Hockey. If you guys haven't seen that video, links in the description. And of course, I do still have the great note. I still need to find a binder and some of those sleeves. I gotta start like a little book of just fan mail or whatever because I love reading any fan mail. You could take that as me being egotistical, like I guess, but I just like knowing people enjoy watching my content. That's really what keeps me going. Yeah, if they had a 31 team bracket, Detroit would be laughing, especially if somehow they go ahead and somehow win the cup. Just imagine getting Lafreniere at number 1 overall and winning the Stanley Cup. Habs and Guy Lafleur. But just imagine. I think they did win the cup that year, I would assume. But yeah. Detroit would definitely be laughing if they somehow win the cup and then get Lafreniere or get Lafreniere then win the cup. That's going to be insane. Streamlabs. Funny enough, Hugh Tabbitt Hugh. I'm just going to call you Hugh. Welcome to the stream, first off. But second off, I have actually planned on using Streamlabs before. Unfortunately, I don't because my Wi-Fi is really bad at this house. And I've tried streaming with Streamlabs OBS and just straight up OBS. But yeah, it doesn't work for me. But Streamlabs, I am thinking of getting something like Streamlabs set up where it's kind of wonky even with the good. Yeah, it is kind of wonky. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Even when I set it up with OBS, like have the Streamlabs, all right, test donation won't pop up a few times, then it'll finally pop up. But yeah, it is a little wonky, but it definitely is good to use. I do want to see if I can find a way to somehow get it on my PS4, for example, or maybe get a second tower or a laptop or something, because I do have a laptop, I just don't have Wi-Fi on it for some reason. Get it set up in the back, and it's like, hey, you coming in with a $2 donation or something like that. That would be cool to do. Honestly, Jack Hughes didn't have a bad year. The team around him sucks. See, personally, the way I see it, it's black screen for me. Oh no, that's not good. Hopefully you guys can see me. Unless you're talking about when you open Streamlabs, it's a black screen. But yeah, hopefully we're all good. But yeah, Jack Hughes, in my opinion, I do think he did have a bad year. But it was the overall the whole team sucked. Subban, Hall until he went to Arizona, Hughes, Palmieri, I think, is still with the team. Everyone had a very bad year this year in Jersey. Up until the end. The last 10 or so games of the year, everyone seemed 10, 15 games of the year, they seemed to just start clicking out of nowhere for some reason. They seemed to just really just like, hey, why not be good now? I don't know if it's because they just started actually clicking or what happened, but they just somehow started getting good at the end there. So Jack Hughes, I would still argue, did have a bad year, but then again, the entire team just sucked up until Taylor Hall left, as Hot Take just commented. Devils played incredibly well after Hall left. If they had traded him before the season, I would argue they probably could have been a playoff team. And I'm going to say now, I do think the Devils will be a playoff team next year, and the Coyotes are going to win the draft lottery because that's the way you do it. And that's the way you do it with Taylor Hall on your team, apparently. Hey, bro, how good is this D-Man? Hey, Luke, welcome to the stream, man. First off, the Alexander Romanov, this D-Man, Alexander Romanov, is a pretty good defenseman. At least from what I've seen a bit of highlights of him. Nothing too much though. Though, like I said, after I get off stream, I will definitely look into some more of his highlights. But he is pretty good. He can definitely push for an NHL job next year. I definitely think. And if the season comes back for this year, though, damn it, my hair. I definitely do think that Romanov will push for a third pairing defenseman spot, maybe even second line. Who knows? But I definitely do think he is a pretty good defenseman. Definitely has first line potential or first line forward defensive potential. I think. It pronounced Subban. Well, I pronounce it Subban. I pronounce it Subban and Subban. I say it both ways personally, but I do prefer Subban just because that's the way Jack Edwards say it, and I'm a fan of Jack Edwards. I know I'm a Habs fan. It's sacrilegious to say I like anything Boston, but hey, you know what? I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I'm hyped for him. Hey, Joker, me too. I'm hyped for Romanov as well. He's gonna be a great young stud defenseman for us, and he's definitely going to impress people. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Hot take. And guys, I'm going to say it now. If you guys have not subscribed to Hot Take Hockey, go do that, please. Again, he's on the road to 11K. Meanwhile, I am on the drive to thrive with 200 guys. I think I'm at 125 subs now, unless I've gotten one or two, and for some reason they haven't popped up. But yeah, okay, I'm back now, Harry. Welcome back, Nick Allen. I'm excited for Villano as well, Ray Bro. Ville, I think, has potential. Yeah, he is a big guy, Joker. He's only 5'11", but he can hit. From what I've seen, he looks like he can definitely. I made the comparison, and a lot of people actually apparently are making the comparison to Drew Doughty. Drew Doughty, who obviously I think Romanov, as John said earlier, actually in the comments, the creativity and the physicality is what Doughty and Romanov seem to have in line with each other. And personally, I think the creativity for Romanov is going to be more like a Doughty and less like a Subban, where he's giving up 5-6. He's giving the puck up 5-6 times a game, but he's making up for it with the slap shot. I think Romanov will give the puck up maybe 1 or 2 times a game and definitely be a pretty good defenseman. I don't know if he'll be obviously, save 70, 80 points in his first year, but he definitely has 70, 80 point potential for him. I definitely do see that. But yeah, what's up, John? HGH, yeah, Nick Allen, HGH hype in the chat. Nick Allen hype in the chat as well. Let's get this going. Let's go. Well, I've been streaming for half an hour. It feels like it's honestly only been like 5 minutes. Like, I am hyped right now. Are you excited to see Cole Caulfield playing for the Habs? Absolutely, Luke. I didn't even realize Caulfield, who sadly won't be playing with the Canadiens next season, he has agreed to go back to college for another year, which is great. Very happy for him. Glad he does want to finish college, which is something I would recommend to everyone probably. Definitely great for college, and then go to the Canadiens because at least he'll have something to rely on, much as high years or so. But I'm definitely excited to see Cole Caulfield playing for the Canadiens. Somehow dropping to 15th overall. I actually talked about this with John on his last live stream when he did Omegle on his second channel. That Caulfield only dropped because of his height. If Romanov was 6'4" with 76 goals, or 73, whatever he got, something around there, 60, 70 goals, he easily would have gone first overall. If he was 6'4", with those goals, with the amount of goals he had, the amount of points he had, he easily would have gone first overall. But because of his size, because he's only 5'6", 5'7", something like that, he dropped to 15th overall, and the Canadiens got a massive steal with Caulfield. And honestly, and I have to agree with HTH when we chatted about this. It's definitely, it's not Bergevin making magic happening. Now, he just got lucky enough to have Caulfield fall to him. And even Romanov, he somehow got Romanov in the second round when I think if there was a redraft this year, like if we're doing the entire 2018 draft, I think Romanov probably would go in the first round. He hasn't played a game in the NHL just yet, but I definitely do think with all the hype around him and how much potential he has, he definitely could have gone first round, I think. I'm definitely excited to see this young group of Canadians that you're going to see. Romanov, Caulfield, Suzuki's already arrived. Paling, I think, is going to have a breakout year next year. If he plays, I think he could. Kokeniemi, I'm looking on my board right now. Vedamo, Fleury could also end up playing potentially. Jake Evans, I'm really high on Jake Evans personally. I am incredibly high on Jake Evans. I think he has not top, I don't want to say top 6, but I think middle 6 potential. He definitely has potential to be a really solid middle six forward. I think he only had 3 points, but I think he played in like 10, 11 games. He was pretty good in his time with the Canadiens before the season came to a halt, at least in my opinion. I definitely do think Jake Evans has the potential to be a fantastic middle six forward that could play potentially top 6 minutes if someone's injured and you just need him to step into that role. I was flipping out watching Caulfield follow the top 10. Wow. John, I'm going to have to go back and watch that draft stream. I'm pretty sure it was a stream, unless you weren't streaming then, which in that case, yeah. Honestly, like I was surprised as well. I was watching the draft and I was just like, okay, so Caulfield's probably going to go here, and then he drops. It's like, oh, okay, he's probably going to go here then, because I forget who took. I forget who. I think he was supposed to go 7th or 8th, I think, and then he kept falling, and I was like, oh wow, and then I heard he had 70 goals. I was like, he had 70 goals and he's not picked top 3, and then he fell to the Canadiens, and I was like, okay, I understand he was supposed to go that early. Maybe there's something up with his personality or whatever, but Habs, please take him. And then when we took him and I heard that his size was what it was probably moving him back, I was like, wow. So because of his size, we got Caulfield. And I've been a big fan of Caulfield since. I'm definitely thinking he can be a fantastic player for us. Hey, Malware Bites, I don't want you right now. Malware Bites, thank you. Jake Evans stealing for me would be 3rd line, good energy guy for sure. Yeah, he's definitely a good energy guy. He's one of those just pump up guys. Could potentially wear the A, not 100% sure, but he definitely could end up doing that. But 3rd line, yeah, that's why I say probably middle 6, more than likely 3rd line. But I feel like could potentially play second or 1st line if you do need him to step into that for a game or two while someone's injured. I definitely don't think he would be necessarily out of place there, but in a few years, obviously putting him there right now, he would be out of place. But I definitely do think in a few years, like, oh, all right, Evans, you got to play 1st line tonight or 2nd line. He'd be pretty good. We have such a young team, and it's so promising going to the future. Like hell, we have Kaden Primo net. He is going to replace Price. I don't necessarily know about next year. I know you did say 1 year, but definitely Primo is going to replace Price, and I would not be surprised if we do end up trading Price in the offseason. I would be surprised, but I also wouldn't be surprised. But I definitely do think 2-3 years from now, we can definitely try and trade Carey Price in order to just keep Kaden Primo. And I honestly think the Canadiens should start going with a Boston mentality in the sense that, hey, you want to win, you come here. You want to get paid, you go somewhere else. I honestly think the Canadiens should start going by that mentality because I love that mentality. Like, hey, you want to win, you come here. If you want to get paid, you really don't care about winning, you go somewhere else. I love that mentality that Boston has. One of the few reasons I'm actually sort of a Boston fan, along with, of course, Pasternak and Marchand. But definitely, we have a great young, promising future. Just looking at my board here, Evans, Fleury, Vedemo, of course, Kaden Primo, Cole Caulfield, and Alex Romanov. And, of course, we do have Kotkaniemi. Arguably Jonathan Drouin, who can definitely step up into that top 6 role. Hopefully he does next year. Hopefully he has that breakout season he was sort of having before he got injured this year. Had 0 points in the, I think, 12 or 13 games he came back for at the end of the season, then got hurt again. So we'll see. Do you think Ryan Poehling has first-line potential? Poehling, yes and no. I think no, personally, just because the way he played this year, yes, he was on 3rd and 4th line a lot of the time, but he was very, very invisible. He got his first point, I think, only in January or February. Of course, he had that goal called back on New Year's Eve against the Hurricanes, so that technically would have been his first of the year. But he did only score, I think, in January or February anyways. But personally, he has been very, very invisible when he was called up. But I definitely do think, and because he is, I believe, 22, he still has a few years to develop. I definitely do think he could potentially be first-line player. Everyone has the potential to be a first-line player, but I definitely do think Poehling is one of those where he could potentially step to that first line if you need. But I do see him more as a 2nd, 3rd line type of guy. I see him as more of an Evans type player where he'll be a good energy guy and he can play 2nd, 3rd line. I think middle 6 is where I see him. But Caulfield is where I see as a first line forward for sure. I arguably could see him as a superstar in a few years. If he is going to be a big 40, 50 goal scorer, I'm going to go out on a limb and say eventually Caulfield could potentially hit 60 goals. I will go on a hot take and say 60, even maybe 70 goals one day. That's an absolute hot take on my end, I think. Hey, 4554 King. Let's get some 4554 King hype in the chat. What's up? It's been a while. It has been a while. I've been streaming for 40 minutes, and I cannot believe I've been streaming for that long. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. I don't have any apple juice with me, unfortunately, right now. I've drank all my apple juice. Yeah, John, I had a feeling you'd like that hot take. That's where you're supposed to come in. That's where you're supposed to come with the hot takes. My apologies, it's messaging a friend. But yeah, John, I had a feeling you'd be blown away by that hot take. I'm sure everyone was. Are you safe there? I don't know if you're talking about like making a joke, but because of the Caulfield thing. But yeah, I'm definitely safe. Like if we're talking like actually, then yeah, I'm safe. I'm safe here. But yeah, I am safe here. We are unfortunately moving, which actually I did want to get into that real quick. I'm actually supposed to be moving for June 1st. So I might not be able to get too much content out, but I definitely do think once I move, I'm going to try and start streaming more. Hopefully we have decent Wi-Fi because we are trying to get a better Wi-Fi service at the new place if they're able to hook it up. Definitely going to want to start streaming some NHL 17 again if you guys got that. Maybe I can do some verses sometime. I definitely want to get started on the movie reviews. I have a couple of those I want to do. I have the album review that I'm going to get working on. I've written the script completely. I want to get that done before we move, hopefully within the next 2 or 3 days. But who knows? Maybe I'll just start stockpiling a bit of footage and start editing that as I start moving and whatnot. Of course, I am going to confirm now because I don't know if I have confirmed it yet, but I will be doing 25 Days of Harry again this year, where I will be uploading a video every single day from December 1st to December 25th, and of course streaming in between then also with the Canadiens games that are going on. Yeah. Do you think Kovalchuk will come back? Luke, 100%, 110% Kovalchuk is going to come back for us this season or next season. Kovalchuk loved Montreal, it seems. His family loved Montreal. I definitely do think they will come back to Montreal, even if it's for a 1 year. I honestly think Kovalchuk would sign a 3-year if it means him taking either league minimum or $1 million, for example. I definitely do think Kovalchuk will come back. He loves Montreal, it looks like, and I definitely do think he has that third, fourth line potential. Probably, I would argue second line. You could probably play Kovalchuk on the second line still, and he would fit right in. I drank all my apple juice, Laval, nervous to go get a refill. LCBO is packed and not trying to get Corona. Yeah, I don't. Awesome, man. Thank you. You're welcome, Luke. Very happy to hear that. Very happy. You're welcome, man. But yeah, John, I can't blame you. I would just order some off Amazon if they got apple juice on Amazon. Yeah, I don't blame you for not wanting to get a refill and not wanting to get Corona. Wear a mask, gloves. Look like a robber, basically. Look like a robber just robbing for all their apple juice, basically. Like as soon as they hear like, give me all your apple juice, all right, yeah, sure, fair enough. They'll feel they won't feel nervous. It's just like, all right, take it. Yeah, don't expect Caulfield to get 40 plus. Why not, Cameron? Like I understand, yeah, 60, 70 goals in the minors doesn't always mean they're gonna get that in the NHL, but I think Caulfield is going to be a sniper. He is going to be a big time sniper for us, I think. Welcome back, at least forever. Do you think the end is near for Paul Byron? Absolutely, Luke. I even said this. I was even thinking this because I was looking at my board. I was thinking Byron's time in Montreal, I think, is nearing an end. I would honestly not be surprised if we try and trade him, even if it's just for a 6th or a 7th. If we try and trade Byron, I would not be surprised if we do in the offseason, because I could honestly see him maybe going to Edmonton. I definitely think, even though he started his career with the Flames and wouldn't probably want to go to Oilers, I honestly think the Oilers would be a good fit for Byron. He's still a good, speedy guy, unless his knee is really messed up. But I definitely do think Byron would be a good fit for the Oilers. He's on a bad contract for us, and we do want that. We do need that. We definitely do need that 2 I think it's 2.4, 2.5, something like that cap space that he has, because it could definitely help us sign someone special. So, yeah. Did you hear about one of the coaches for the Leafs is not going to be with them for next season? He's coaching in the OHL. I did not hear about that, actually. Wow, very surprised to hear that. Very, very surprised. Gotta go. Nice seeing you again. 455 for King. Thank you for coming to the stream, brother, and I hope to see you in the future. Juleson or Fleury for bottom D pair. Right now, I am going to go with Fleury just because Juleson, when he did play with the Canadiens before his injury, I didn't see too much of him for some reason. Um, but I definitely do think Fleury is more so the bottom defensive pairing guy right now. But I would not be surprised if Juleson steps into that role. Honestly, I would love to see Juleson back in the NHL, especially after what happened to him. I definitely really want to. I definitely really want to see Juleson back in the NHL. I'm a fan of Juleson's, big fan of Fleury. Of course, I'm really high on Fleury. So yeah, I do say Fleury right now. But if Juleson plays in the preseason, for example, next year, or exhibition or whatever we're gonna have, I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see him take over for Fleury. Or if Petrie gets out, maybe they both end up playing. I think they could both end up playing. But then where does that leave Mete? There's all these questions about our defense you got to ask. Hey, Linebot, welcome back, brother. Vegas the best. Vegas is one of the best. I would say Caulfield will consistently get 30 goals. I think he could get a couple 40-goal seasons. It is still insanely good for a 15th overall pick, definitely, John. And I think if you do a redraft and say 5-10 years, I definitely think Caulfield could end up going top 3. But yeah, consistently getting 30 goals would definitely be incredibly good. Definitely a couple 40-goal seasons I can expect out of Caulfield. Well, not expect, but I definitely do think he has that potential, I'll say. I don't expect anything from him, technically. All I expect for him is to be decent, at least. I'm going to say that so that way he overexceeds. Technically, I could say I expect him to be the worst player, and then he'll overexceed. But, I expect him to be pretty good. I think he'll be pretty good. Play some guitar. I could actually do that for you guys in a minute if you guys want. I just got to find my capo, wherever I put that. I don't even know where I actually put my capo because there's a certain song I want to play on guitar, actually. I'll see if I can find it in a few minutes, real quick. But yeah, Cameron, I'm glad you're really high on Fleury too. I'm a Habs fan, and I think Caulfield has potential to get 35 plus, but I think over 40 is unreasonable. He got 42 playing with Jack Hughes in a pretty bad league. But still, keep in mind, if he's playing in a pretty bad league, getting 72 goals, 72, thank you, by the way, for that. I knew it was somewhere in 72, 76. But he got 72 playing with Jack Hughes, yes, in a pretty bad league. But keep in mind, would he potentially still could have gotten he still probably could have gotten somewhere in the 50-60 range, because keep in mind, I've never played hockey, saying Fleury Caulfield got 72 playing in a pretty bad league, that's like saying, oh, if I was in the same league I could get 72 because I'm playing in the same pretty bad league. No, you still have to be incredibly good to get 72 goals in, I forget where it's QMJHL, I think. Not QMJHL, AHL, OHL, I forget where exactly. But still, he got 72, and that is still really good. I couldn't even get close to 72 if I was playing in that league. So Caulfield is still really good. You still have to give him that. He is incredibly good. Luke, exactly. Caulfield plays like a Marty St. Louis size, or he's the same size. He definitely, I can't wait to see him get called up either. Probably in about 2 years, because he said he is playing next year in the minors in college still. USD League. Thank you, John. I appreciate the USD League. So still, him playing in the USD League, it's even if it's a pretty bad league, he still has to be incredibly talented to get 72 goals. So yeah, I mean, it's not like Lemieux. What did he get? Something like 312 goals in 40 games, I think it was, or something like that, in his junior team. Something insane like that. But Caulfield, I can definitely see him. He probably does play like a Marty St. Louis. I do have to look up highlights of him as well. But he is the same size as St. Louis, and if he plays like St. Louis, he definitely has potential for 40 or 50. Is Caulfield the son of Jay Caulfield? No clue, honestly. No clue. Yeah, true. That was with Hughes. It was with Hughes still. But you never know. I do think he'll have potential for 40 or 50. I'm really high on Fleury too. Cameron, I'm glad you are. He played with Wisconsin and NCAA. Thank you, John. That's where I was thinking. Played in Wisconsin in the NCAA, and I think that's where he's playing next year because he's returning to college, I'm pretty sure. Because I think they said he's returning to the University of Wisconsin. Yeah. So personally, I wouldn't be surprised to see Caulfield get called up in 2 years once his college is over with and he plays in the NHL. I do think he'll play preseason, obviously. Maybe get sent down for a bit and then get called up. You never know. What do you think KK's role will be, or Kotkaniemi's role will be with the Habs next year? First off, I'm going to get to Hat-Trick Perron's comment just because he asked it first and I don't want to forget about him. But another wild theory I see floating around is the rumor that Mark is going to offer sheet for Sergachev. Thoughts? I think it's a long shot. I do think it's a long shot as well, but I could see it happening. Mark Bergevin has shown he doesn't give a shit. He does not care. He clearly wants the best team he can get within a few years. Like, obviously, he's not like, okay, I'll trade 3 first-rounders and I'll get a great guy. Like, no, he's slowballing this thing to get a fantastic team in a few years. An offer sheet for Sergachev, I could see it happening. He obviously offer sheeted Aho last year, and I could definitely see him offer sheeting Sergachev. Honestly, I can definitely see him getting offer sheeted by Montreal. I gotta head out, but I kind of want to see you play guitar before I gotta go. I will play guitar for you, John, real quick. I am going to detach my mic just so I can talk while I get my guitar set up. I actually have an acoustic that I'll play instead of the electric because the acoustic you guys can hear. But as I was saying, with hopefully you guys can still hear me. But like I said, if Bergevin does offer sheet Sergachev, I definitely do think he can get Sergachev personally. I definitely think it's possible because of the cap hell that Tampa is kind of in, or going to be in at least. Of course, they do have the Ryan McDonagh contract, which who would have thought Ryan McDonagh getting traded to Montreal could have potentially helped us win back Mikhail Sergachev. Do I have my capo? Where is my capo anyways? I hope I didn't lose my capo. Thanks, bro. No worries, hot take. Or John, whatever you want to be called. I actually want to find my capo real quick, see if I can play a certain song. Oh no, I lost it. It's somewhere. Oh, it's right here, I think. We found the capo, boys. Let's get some capo hype in the chat. First one to get this song gets a mod if you're not already a mod. Let's see if anyone can get this. There's one song. I know 18 more, I think. Hype. Yeah, let's get hype. All right, we got this one. Just a second, everybody. All right, I'm back, and yes, you guys got it. It is Wonderwall by Oasis. Today is going to be the day. That is going to be the day. One of the simplest songs to play on the guitar, easily. Going to, unless you guys really want it. But yeah, who would have thought this is turning into a guitar stream? But to Hat-Trick real quick. Sheets to Sergachev, I could see it happening, honestly. The cap hell that the cap hell that Tampa's in, Sergachev cannot sign there unless he takes like $2 million. Montreal, if they offer shooting for 6 or 7, I'm expecting it, honestly. I think it could definitely happen. Oasis hype, John. Are you a big fan of Oasis? I've been in a big Oasis mood right now. I've been listening to a lot of Rock and Roll Star, Supersonic. Do you know what I mean? Don't Look Back in Anger, like just all the good Oasis songs. And I'm actually trying to learn. I can't do this one entirely well on acoustic, but I can't do this one entirely well on acoustic, but I can do it better on the electric, but I do it on the acoustic now. Wait. I can't do it entirely well, but that's attempted Champagne Supernova. I like a few of their songs. My buddy and I listened to on road trips. Hey, that's awesome, hot take. That sounds like it's a great time. Listening to some Oasis on road trips. That sounds amazing. That's actually funny enough what I plan to do when I move to Toronto in a few years. because my best friend and I, we have plans to move in together probably in like a year or two. So moving to Toronto, boys. I'm arriving there now. The Czar has arrived, Julian Plante. Welcome to the stream, brother. You have arrived just in time for the guitar stream. Who would have thought? I swear, if you watch the beginning of the stream and you just skip to this part and you hear me playing guitar, you would have wondered what the hell happened to the stream. Who donated $100? But literally no one. Toronto hype, let's go. Yeah, a hot take. Yeah, hot take for sure. A potential Montreal hype if the draft is in Montreal next year. But yeah, getting back to Cameron, actually, Kokoniemi's role next year, I think he could get called up potentially. I do think he'll spend a majority of the year in the minors, though. I do think if he gets called up, he will. He'll probably be fourth line, maybe third line. I can see him playing maybe a bit of a power play, a little bit of power play time. Nothing too major though. Probably about 5 to 8 minutes a night. I don't think they want to force him into a second line role necessarily because they really called him up too early. Third overall draft pick, of course, over Matthew Tkachuk or Brady, whichever one it was, still absolutely insane. But yeah, Kokoniemi, I think with the Habs, nothing besides fourth or third line. AHL, first line for sure. I do think he will spend another year in the AHL. And then after that, like, I think he'll be ready really for like, okay, yeah, I can play third line NHL, or if you need me, I can jump to that second line. I think he has second line potential, definitely. What do you think about the competition of the AJHL? I got invited to a camp before COVID-19. Not 100% sure what the AJHL is personally, but I do. If you got invited, that's awesome. Hopefully, if it reopens, you get invited again. I'm sure you could be pretty damn good, man. Ray, bro. I will go to the draft still in Montreal if it's next year, hopefully, or the year after. Well, either way, if it's in Montreal next year or the year after, because Seattle would probably get the draft next year, I would think. I'd still be down to meet up if you want, John, at the draft. Just yeah, I tell you where you are, you tell me where you are, or whatever, and yeah, just meet up for a bit, chat, and yeah, I think it'd be pretty fun if you're still down for that. Alberta Junior Hockey League. Okay, wow. That's pretty awesome. The Alberta Junior Hockey League, if that's what it is, that's pretty awesome if you got invited there, Ray Bro. Hopefully, like I said, you do get invited to camp again before COVID. The league, the league that Cole Caulfield got drafted from, that is wow, that's insane. If you got invited before COVID, hopefully the invitation still stands once they do make a return. That'd be awesome, I think. I think that'd be really, really awesome. That's pretty awesome. If Kale McCarr came from there, if I go, I would definitely vlog to the draft. Hey, that'd be awesome. That'd be pretty cool. I might have to vlog the draft as well. Just gotta get a double vision going on there. You vlog me, I vlog you. That does not sound right. All right, here's one. If anyone can get this, you are a real OG to the channel, because I think I mentioned this in a video from 25 Days of Harry that I love this song. We'll see. That sounded incredibly rough. And then, of course, you got to get into the... Oh, God, where is it? How am I forgetting this now? All right, well, let's see if I can do this. I'm got to aim the mic down. Let's hope it doesn't fall off and ruin my acoustic guitar that I genuinely just got 4 days ago. How am I messing this up now? I do it off stream and I'm perfectly fine. I think it's because I'm nervous, honestly. I think it's because I'm nervous. All right, I'll hit you guys up with one quick song before I head to bed. Yes, I'm going to bed. It's 3:41 p.m. No, one quick song before I go to bed. Before I get off the guitar, not off stream. I'll probably stream for a bit, but get off of guitar. I want one that I can probably sing. You know what? Screw it. Let's go with Wonderwall again. This one is for you guys to sing along at home if you guys want. It's going to be rough vocals. This is the first time ever singing on stream. I'm about to lose every single viewer of mine. But you know what? This is for the raid. John, Hot Take Hockey. Go subscribe to him. This might be a stream highlight. Who knows? I might put this on the channel separately. This is not good when my voice is already cracking. But yeah, if you guys have not subscribed to Hot Take, go ahead and do that. Please sub to me as well if you haven't yet. Thank you, Hot Take, for the raid, by the way. Thanks, bro. Hot Take, no worries. John, no worries, man. And now here's Wonderwall. One hour hype, boys. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. That's very rough. I'll hit the second verse and then I'll get out here. Fine. I need some help. What's the second verse, guys? Fine, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do. Oh, and all the roads you have to walk are winding, and all the roads that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Hype, because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my Wonderwall. Thank you. Oh, let's go. That was hype. Not bad. The beginning was solid. Sound like the song. Thank you, Hugh. Yeah, it's incredibly simple. All you do, get your cape on the second. You keep your hand, your bottom two fingers are on the same through the entire song, pretty much. But yeah, Hot Take, John. Thank you for the hype, man. Let's get some hype in the chat. Over 2 hours. Oh my god. Honestly, guys, if I'm being honest, I could probably make a full cover of Wonderwall, guitar and drums and vocals. Because I can play a little bit of Wonderwall on the drums. I'd go downstairs now, but I don't think I can connect the Wi-Fi to my laptop down there. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening to me play guitar and sing decently. I'll have to look back on stream. And I think that might be a stream highlight. Capo. If you guys got any requests real quick, I will do them. But I'm going to put the guitar real quick on my bed. And yeah. Oh, Jesus. Don't bang my guitar up. Don't bang my guitar. Bang me. Okay, no. That is not going to work. Good enough for now. Whatever. But wow, guys. I was thinking I'd stream for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Just talking real quick about Alexander Romanov's signing. And now here I am just playing guitar on stream and singing for the first time on stream. That is a first for you lovely people. 10 like hype. Let's go. Thank you, boys. Thank you, guys. I got to go, but awesome, man. Hope to see you tonight. Cheers. Hot Take. John, thank you for the support, man. Thank you so much for the raid. It's a lot to me. I appreciate it. All the views, all the likes, whatever. If you share the stream like John has, thank you so much. Join the Discord. The link is all the way at the top of the chat, but I will post it once again for anyone who did not. Okay, then, whatever. I'll have to open. Let's hope it works. I think it will work. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to type it in chat again. But if anyone has not joined the Discord chat, please go ahead and do so. There's the link right there. I had to type it in myself. But yeah, please join the Discord. Anyone who hasn't, I am going to be getting out of here as well, guys. Wonderwall is a perfect way to end the stream, in my opinion. One of the finest Oasis songs, in my opinion. Thank you guys so I'm going to swear I don't care this one time. Thank you guys so fucking much for all the support on the stream. Everyone that's come out to this stream, I appreciate it. I love you all so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite channels, was not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Harry Rice. Subscribe to the Puff Club, subscribe to the HG Club, subscribe to the Sub Hub. If you're a moderator in the chat, like my good friends, Hot Take Hockey, Julian Plante, Limebot. I'm going through and reading all the mods right now. Let's Hockey, I know he was here earlier. Jesse is Dong, he was here. Rick Nelson. If you're a member of the Mod Squad, like my good friends right there, you're awesome. Thank you so much for moderating the chat. Links in the description, my Twitter, my Twitch. My Twitter, I don't tweet out that often. Once in a while, I'll tweet. Twitch, I'm not using it all right now because I do got to find a way to stream with terrible Wi-Fi like this. Maybe I'll start a Ustream account again. Who knows? The Amazon wish list and the PO box are also in the description. If you want to send me anything from there, it's greatly appreciated. You want to send me a letter? If you want to send me anything like my good friend Let's Hockey and Jesse have, please. It's great, or not please, but it's greatly appreciated. You'll get a video of me unboxing whatever it is. Gotta go, man. Great stream. See you tonight on stream. Ray bro. See you tonight, man. I will definitely be in a hot take stream. Might have a special surprise for him, but who knows? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Links and of course letterbox in the description. It's where I'm rating for movies. Very rarely I'll actually review them. I do want to save that for this channel now. But I do review a lot of movies, or a lot of just rate a lot of movies on there. If you guys want to know some of my favorite movies of all time, you can check it out in the description on the letterbox. Otherwise, you can check out the video I made for Christmas Day last year of my top 100 favorite movies of all time. And I will confirm it will probably be the special 25th video in 25 Days of Harry as well. Yeah, that. If you want to know movies I hate, if you want movies I hate the most, check out the letterbox. Might make a video on that in the future. Who knows? Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry Ice. I love you all so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the hype and the raid, everything else. My name is Harry Ice, and I am out. Peace.